we've done. I'm trying to decide if this is the 7th. Oh, we have people entering. Wonderful, wonderful. The number is going up. So we're going to say hello, good evening, bonjour. We're going to give just a few moments for everyone to get in. Maybe you've just finished dinner. Maybe you've just had a hectic work day, or maybe you've been waiting all day for this. So we're just going to give a couple moments for everyone to get in, and then we'll get started. Amazing. We're so excited to have everyone. We're so excited for all of our friends here in Zoom to be joining us tonight. And we're very excited to have all of our followers on social media, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're joining us from tonight. Welcome to another round of Art Olympics. My name is Megan, and I'm from the Newark Museum of Art, and I'm going to be your host tonight. So tell me below in the chat or the comments where you're joining us from and which country you're rooting for. Get in the comments and the chat and tell us where you are joining us from. All right, we have some North Carolina. We've got Ontario. Amazing. Let us know in the comments on Facebook, on YouTube. If you're here on Zoom with us, we'd love to have you. We'd love to see you here joining us for another virtual round of Art Olympics. Tonight, we have the Newark Museum of Art and the Art Gallery of Windsor going head to head for a chance at the gold medal. They are going to compete in 10 brand new rounds, all related to the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. So each museum is going to have 1 minute to present a work of art. And then at the end of each round, we need you all joining us to tell us who the winners are. First and foremost, though, let me introduce who our players are tonight. From the Art Gallery of Windsor, we have 3 beautiful colleagues joining us. We have Abby Lee Hollett, who's the Audience Engagement Coordinator at the Art Gallery of Windsor.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us over Zoom. We're so excited to be here.
We're also joined by Derek Carl Bizzo, who is the Special Initiatives Coordinator at the Art Gallery of Windsor.
Hello, everyone. Bienvenue. Welcome. Tout le monde.
And last, but certainly not least, we're also joined by Michaela Muldoon, who is the former Digital Initiatives and Programs Coordinator at the Art Gallery of Windsor, but who still occasionally makes time to contribute to the gallery's goings-on.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Newark, for hosting us. Good to see you all, and let's have a fun night.
Incredible. Thank you 3 for joining us. And to give everyone watching at home just a little peek into the Art Gallery of Windsor, in case you're going, I haven't been to Ontario in a while, or I haven't been there yet. The Art Gallery of Windsor, AGW, as it will be known going forward, because I'll be saying Art Gallery of Windsor all night. It was formed on October 1st, 1943, and exists as a nonprofit public art gallery focused on presenting the visual arts of Canada. At the AGW, they harness the power of art to open minds and hearts to new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking that inspire people to grow emotionally and intellectually. Welcome, AGW. I love that. And in this corner, we have from the Newark Museum of Art, we're joined by 2 colleagues, museum educator Fran Garrido.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And community engagement coordinator Daryl Dwayne.
What's good? What's going on, Newark?
And for those of you joining us who are going, the Newark Museum of Art, never been there, haven't heard of it perhaps, that's okay. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The Newark Museum of Art is the largest art museum in the state of New Jersey. Situated in downtown Newark, it is home to a fine arts collection. The Newark Museum of Art is actually home to collections of American art, decorative arts, contemporary art, arts of Asia, Africa, the Americas, and the ancient world. Welcome, contestants, and thank you all so much for being here tonight. As a reminder for our museum contestants, you each are going to have 1 minute, 60 seconds on the clock to defend the work of art you chose to present for each category. If you go over time, you're going to hear this sound. Did everybody hear that pretty good? All right. As I mentioned, tonight we're going to have 10 never before seen categories, all centered around the Summer Olympics. So after each category is up, our viewers are going to vote and tell us who they think the winner for each category should be. For those of you playing along at home, please leave your questions and your smack talk in the comments or the chat below. But remember, everyone, sportsmanship, okay? But we definitely want to hear your smack talk. We love seeing all the comments in the chat. We love seeing everyone talking. It makes us feel as though we're able to be together, even though we're here virtually. So in your chat, you have a little drop-down menu right above where you would type. If you're here on Zoom, you can click that and actually put that to everyone rather than just to hosts and panelists, so that we're all able to talk to one another, so everyone can see the comments you're making and you can have a conversation throughout tonight's program. Tonight, we are offering closed captions. So if you'd like that option, please do turn that on in the bottom of your screen here on Zoom. You'll see a button that says closed caption. So is everybody ready for the Art Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
Roger.
Incredible.
Ready.
Bring it on.
Ready, Freddy.
As Amy in the chat says, you betcha. So let the games begin. Our first category tonight is called Opening Ceremonies. Presenting first from Canada is going to be Michaela. Michaela, I'm going to put 60 seconds on my timer here. And whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Thank you, Megan. Delta Vision by Paul Huttner contains splashes of bright color that explode across the canvas like opening ceremonies fireworks. Can we move to the next slide, please? The colors also swirl into combinations with each other that imitate the multicolored flags and cultures of the diverse Olympians and citizens of the world that you would normally see during the Olympic opening ceremonies, even though things looked quite different this year. If you look closely, you can also see regions of the world named, like Nile and Mediterranean, as well as encouraging words like soar and us. COVID has kept us apart from each other physically, but it couldn't crush the human spirit or keep us from connecting and uniting in new and hopeful ways. This painting captures the exuberance and togetherness that make the Olympics, and in particular the opening ceremonies, such a special event, one that reminds everyone on the planet that we are indeed an us, no matter what happens. Thank you.
Just in the nick of time, exactly 60 seconds. And I should have mentioned before I went straight to Michaela, so that's on me. We're going to show you one slide at the beginning and the end of each round. That's going to kind of orient you and show you the two works you're going to see to better help you make an informed decision as you vote tonight. So thank you so much, Michaela. Thank you, Canada. I'm now going to turn it over to USA, Team USA. We have Daryl and Fran. I'm putting 60 seconds on the clock. So whenever you're ready.
All right. So, Fran, I think we might need to get a little extra special preparation for this. So I have my Newark Museum of Art mic. So you ready to rock and roll?
Absolutely.
Here we go. And welcome to the Art Olympics. My name is Darrell Dwayne Walker. I am the coordinator of community engagement, and I'm here with
Fran Garrido, museum educator. We are excited to broadcast this event live, virtually, of course.
Now, Fran, I know gathering around a hole in the wall can sound quite ominous. Most people wouldn't dare put their face, eye, or mouth too close to a random hole in the wall. I mean, it's not likely there's going to be a happy ending to this if they do, or is it? In this case, it's actually the opposite, and a sign of a new beginning. Placed here many moons ago when the museum opened is opened this official building. A cornerstone that was placed here that signified the opening of our building was placed in that hole you see there in the photograph. Along with the people pictured here is depicted the founder of our museum. We are going to just zoom right ahead and just, if we're talking about opening ceremonies, this is the best way to represent a opening ceremony, as all of Newark is gathered to celebrate the opening of the Newark Museum of Art.
Hole in one.
Hey, ding, ding, ding.
All right. We have heard from both USA and Canada. So we're going to put up on the screen here both works to refresh your memories which two we saw for the category opening ceremonies. So which will you choose? Will it be Canada's creative cursive or USA's ceremonious crowd? Let us know in the comments below, or if you're joining us here on Zoom, just simply click your choice on the poll that has appeared on your screen.
Go Newark.
That was smart to turn off the voting for panelists, because there would have been a lot of excitement of voting for one's own work. So I see you, Megan. I see you.
I tried to vote anyway, even with the little message up top saying that I couldn't. I was like, let's click and see what happens. And nothing
Maybe
happened,
it'll let us this time.
All right, we have all of the answers in. If you're joining us on social media, there's still time to type in the comments below. Will you vote for Canada's creative cursive or USA's ceremonious crowd? Let's see what the results are at this very moment. This is only round one, everyone. So don't get too cocky, Canada or USA. We're still early on, but for this round, Canada has taken it.
Thank you.
Woo! Woo!
Which moves us on to our next round that we're calling Carry the Torch. For this round, we're going to put up on the screen our two works that will be presented for Carry the Torch. But first, we're going to hear from USA. So Daryl, this is your work. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. So there are many ways to carry a torch. Some keep it buried in their hearts for loved ones. Some literally run across miles holding one, showing unity like in the Olympics. However, there are some people who find it more effective to put the torch in their ear and maybe
In
just
their
set the
ear?
whole fire in their ear. This actually stems from an old folk remedy that was used for earaches or swimmer's ear. Maybe Tony Daly, Olympic diver and knitter, might be as brave to try this as he's dueling with his crochet needles, right? The flame is actually one of the most important symbols of the Olympic Games. It represents the fire of Prometheus, stolen from the Greek god Zeus. Carmen Loman Garcia, who's the artist that created this work, was born in Kingsville, Texas in 1948 and was inspired by her parents' activism with the American GI form. And we're done, just like that.
All right. You had 7 seconds left on the clock. Great timing. We're now going to turn it over to Canada, where we are going to hear from Derek Carl. Derek Carl, I'm resetting my clock here. I'm going to turn it over to you.
I have my torch with me. And so the work I'm going to present, this is Stephen Andrews' Untitled. The right side of this image appears to be a black and white photograph of a crowd of people who are gathered shoulder to shoulder. On the left side, a lick of flame consumes the crowd. There's a sense of danger here. It appears as if the world, or at least this crowd of people, are on fire. And by the time this artwork was made, Stephen Andrews had already lost his beloved partner and his studio mate and so many friends to the AIDS virus. He himself had actually almost died from this virus, but was saved by the AZC cocktail of medications. And he describes this return to good health as a Lazarus-like resurrection. And this image is actually part of a larger installation of images that represent the artist finding a direction and passion after gaining this extra time to live a life that he didn't think he had. So like a phoenix reborn, Stephen Andrews has literally carried the torch forward in his life for himself and so many others who were lost to those AIDS virus. So thank you, Stephen.
A little bit of a different noise there, but you hit it right on time. Sorry to cut that off. That was really good. Both teams really good. So we're going to launch a poll now, though. We've got to see who our viewers think the winner is. So will you vote for USA's Candled Canal or Canada's Fiery Photo? This is round 2. This is Carry the Torch. Let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Is it USA's Candled Canal or Canada's Fiery Photo? And that's ear canal, everyone. That's ear canal.
I don't know what was happening, Megan, but I was trying to vote and it wouldn't let me. I couldn't vote for myself. I'm not sure what's happening.
This isn't like political elections, huh?
Stop the vote. Count the vote.
I tried and it didn't work.
You must have earwax.
Yeah, I have to say that image, I was like, Ooh, this is some folk remedy. I feel some magic happening.
The numbers are in round 2. USA takes it with Candled Canal. But remember, we're only on round 2.
Well done.
All right, everyone, that's going to move us right along into round 3. Round 3 is entitled Tokyo Drift, just to remind everyone where the Olympics took place this summer. So for Tokyo Drift, we're going to hear first from Canada, and we're actually going to hear from you again, Derek Carl. So let me go ahead and get my timer here, and whenever you're ready.
I was going to say, I'm back, baby. It's Utagawa Hiroshi. In English, the title translates to the Chiru Horse Fair in early summer. And this image is a landscape scene of grasslands that are close to the shore. As indicated by this title, there are many horses and people gathered. We can see blue water beyond the grasslands, and it appears to be a beautiful summer day. The grass is alive with the wind, and a breeze is helping everything and everybody here drift along. At age 35, the artist, Hiroshi, took a trip that changed his life forever. He was tasked with transporting horses to the imperial court, and to do so, he traveled the Tokoto Road. This road brushed along the coastline from Edo to Kyoto, and he drifted along all 53 stations, meeting tourists, merchants, pilgrims, and sketching everything that he saw. And when he drifted back to Edo, current day Tokyo, to catch my drift, he created a series of landscapes such as this image here that were inspired by his travels, what he saw as he drifted along. But I'm
All right, right in the nick of time. Thank you so much, Derek. We're going to move over to USA, and we're going to give Daryl and Fran 60 seconds. I'm resetting my timer here. So Daryl, Fran, I'm going to let you take it away.
This is Unrecorded Artist, Juban Underrobe with images of Mickey Mouse, steamships, and automobiles. Juban is a type of undergarment, which you wear under your kimono, but its importance is because it forms the fundamental part of the kimono. For formal kimonos, it is custom to wear white juban, but other than that, there are no particular rules. It's just easier to wash the kimono undergarment than the kimono itself.
Now, on the topic of Tokyo, talk about aging well. I can't help but to think about the film Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, looking how Mickey Mouse still stands strong along with Vin Diesel as they seem to both never age. I heard a rumor that this was how he actually snagged Minnie Mouse. She apparently loves a mouse who can layer his garments. Who knew?
All right, thank you both teams. We're going to put up on the screen here one more time to remind everyone of our Tokyo Drift works, and we're going to go ahead and launch. Who will you vote for? Will it be Canada's Pasture Print or USA's Robe with Rodent?
Robe with Rodent. I'm loving these creative categories. Well done.
Very good alliterations. I would wear the Mickey Mouse one, I'm not gonna lie.
It is
That
kind of
is
fun,
true.
right?
Very
I like it. I got some
Yeah.
ears that could match. It'd be cute. Be a whole outfit, top to bottom.
You go, get the little ears, you'll be all set.
That would be amazing. That's gonna be my Halloween costume.
Yeah.
If this piece goes missing, I didn't do it.
Uh-oh.
Incredible. Well, we have our votes in. This round 3, Tokyo Drift, USA's Robe with Rodent has won. But remember,
So
these
close.
rounds are just here on Zoom. So if we've got votes coming in on Facebook, those are going to be dropped in the chat below. And we have some really hardworking judges behind the scenes who are going to be tallying those. So take all of this with a grain of salt. Things can still change. And we're going to move on to round number 4. Round number 4, we are calling Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, because that is what the Olympics are all about. And we're going to hear first from Team USA, Daryl and Fran. But first, we're going to put it here on the screen. Both works, give you a little taste of what's to come. I'm going to reset my timer here, and I'm going to turn it over to Fran and Daryl.
Here we go. This necklace,
Made of
recycled tin cans, are
painted tin cutouts of women
swimming in circles.
in red bathing suits.
Just
Fabulous.
fabulous. And in conclusion, the words of Biggie Small, the breaststroke is the best stroke.
Best stroke. This piece is called Swimmers by Esther Noble. It's recycled tin can, paint, and just a beautiful piece. It really does look like synchronized swimming, which is now called artistic swimming.
Thank you both so much. I'm going to stop the clock there and we're going to turn it on over to Canada. Team Canada, Abby Lee, this is all you. I'm going to put the timer on for 60 seconds.
We are ready. Okay, thank you, Megan. So this beautiful piece by Anishinaabe artist Daphne Ojig is truly dreamy. Ojig's pieces foreground her cultural heritage, and her colorful works demonstrate the importance of relationships and family. Often, the figures in Ojig's pieces are so interconnected that you can't tell where one figure begins and the other ends. And we see that in this piece, several interconnected, familiar figures working together to accomplish a routine, but a cherished task, husking corn, which is also the name of the artwork. While Ojig's piece features a common activity, the smooth colors and the gentle expressions of the figures give the piece a startling grandeur. Similarly, to get to the grand scale of being on an Olympic team, you have to start with the little things. Make teamwork a part of your everyday life, so when you get to the big stage, you're ready to work with and support your fellow teammates. What do you think? Does this piece truly make the dream work?
Thank you, both teams. Thank you, Team USA. Thank you, Team Canada. We're going to put both works back up on the screen for you so that you can refresh your memories what you saw for this round. Teamwork makes the dream work. So the choice is now yours. Which will you choose? Canada's corn huskers or USA's circled swimmers? So we've got two pretty difficult choices to make here.
These are all difficult choices every single time.
I have to agree. I'm sitting here and I'm very conflicted. I want to vote for mine. Of course we can't, but I would vote for both if I could.
I was curious. I didn't realize this was a necklace. That looks smashing. I want to try it on.
I would pair it with my Mickey Mouse robe.
Oh my God.
And the ears, and the ears.
And the ears. Let's not forget the
A
ears.
complete
That is a look. That is a look right
Next
there.
Art Olympics, we'll all find these costumes and synchronize.
All right, round 4. We've got some votes in here. USA here on Zoom has taken round 4, circled swimmers. Remember, on Facebook, on our social media channels, please write in the comments who you want to vote for. You can still get in on this. You can still tip the scales. But right now, we're going to move on to round 5. Everybody ready for round 5? We're halfway through the game. And this one's called Hit Me With Your Best Shot. First up, we have Team Canada, and we're going to hear from Abby Lee. Abby, I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's go. So the colorful rings in Canadian artist Claude Toussaint's Chromatic Transformer practically beg for an Olympic archer to draw their bow and arrow and take aim. Now, Toussaint was an incredibly important contributor to geometric abstract art. He loved creating abstract images with circles, and he used them to create engaging visual experiences. Like with any good target, Chromatic Transformer features brightly colored concentric circles culminating to a small pink and blue bullseye right at the center. Also like a target, Chromatic Transformer literally draws in the viewer. If you unfocus your eyes and stare at the center circle, you'll notice the outer rings moving towards you, seeming to engulf your center of focus. What do you think? Would you call this pick a bullseye?
Thank you so much. We're going to move over to Team USA. And I believe for this one, we're going to hear from Fran. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock for you, Fran.
Hit me with your best shot. Come on and hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Archery by Naheem Tainer. Watercolor, pen, and ink. So why is this woman aiming her arrow in the opposite direction? Not at the target or not at the man either. Inquiring minds want to know and need to know. Is that Godzilla in the distance? Shots? Free drinks? Where? No wonder the US took 0 medals in archery. Where's Annie Oakley when you need her?
Pew, 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 pew.
All right. Thank you, both teams. We're going to put up on the screen here our 2 works for Hit Me With Your Best Shot. But the choice is now yours, viewers. Who are you going to choose? Will you vote for USA's Archery or Canada's Chromatic Transformer? We have two works here on the screen. Let us know in the comments below, or feel free to click our poll here on Zoom.
I have to give you props for just being brave enough to sing on the air, Fran. I know when we were talking about this and
I told you it's my debut and swan song. All in one.
I'm living for the performance.
You should moonlight as a Pat Benatar cover artist or something, like a tribute artist.
Michaela, I was thinking the same. I was like, let's book Fran for a Windsor debut.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
hey.
I'm available.
There's a,
You can come
there's
to
a,
Can't See You, yes. It's where we're at.
there's a smoky little bar in Manhattan late on a Friday night. You might just happen upon Fran doing some Pat Benatar covers. You know, just watch yourself.
Ooh.
There for it.
Also
It's
known
time to
as
take a
Sports
road
Center.
trip to Newark. I mean, we can't, but someday we will be able to.
Oh, another close call.
Got round 5 was very close. I was watching those polls come in, and oh my goodness, we were neck and neck. Both teams were neck and neck. We have USA's Archery just coming in by a hair for this one, round 5. But remember, votes are still pouring in on Facebook. We'll see how they all shake out at the end of our game tonight. But for right now, we're going to move on to round 6. And round 6 is entitled Everybody Dance Now. We're going to put up on the screen here for you both works of art so you can get a little taste of what's to come. 2 incredible works that have been chosen for this round, Everybody Dance Now. But we're going to hear from Team USA first. So Daryl, I believe this is your work. I'm going to go ahead and set your timer whenever you're ready.
I'm not going to be as brave as Fran, but I'll give you a little something. All right, that's all I got. So let me just jump right into this work. So this work we're looking at is titled the category is Everybody Dance. But this amazing work is the embodiment, why can't I talk now, of Black joy, titled Boogie Woogie Woogie, which is a form of swing dance created by artist Mildred Reckley. Images of a bass, drum, trumpet, and saxophone floating near a dancing African-American couple are depicted. In the words of Lizzo, Black people made rock and roll. This is music for the soul. Yeah, just gonna rock with that.
Thank you so much, Daryl. We're going to move on to Team Canada. And I believe for this round, we're going to hear from Michaela. So Michaela, I'm going to reset the clock whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Megan. So dance has so many purposes. It's an athletic art, a way to have fun, a social custom, an outlet for excess energy, and a way to show off once you won something, like, for example, the Art Olympics. Regardless of the purpose, there are some songs that you absolutely must dance to the moment you hear them, such as Everybody Dance Now. The people in Stanley Turner's Untitled Costume Dancers look perfectly poised to obey. Literally everybody in this image is ready to get their boogie on, with a polite bow to their partners first that signifies consent and respect, along with a little bit of flirtation. This image contains the charm, chivalry, and magical-looking setting of a fairy tale ball. There is life in each of these characters, from the vibrant colors of their garments, to the movement of their dresses, to the different poses they each hold. They're all having fun, which is what every dance and every friendly competition like this one is ultimately about. Thank you.
Got it right in there. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you, Daryl. For this round, round 6, Everybody Dance Now, we're going to put up both works back up on the screen. And I need to hear from you all, my viewers. Who will it be? Is it going to be Canada's glittering serigraph or USA's wiggly woodblock print? We've got 2 amazing works here. This is a difficult one.
Again, shout out to Michaela. I have to I should have been braver. I should have just sung it.
You know, I felt nervous about singing it after, I don't want to follow up Fran, but I was already planning to sing it. And you can't just say that title. You can't just read it. You got to sing it. So
Exactly.
Great.
I feel
I think it takes us all back to our Space Jam teenage, high school years, middle school years. When the
Space
movie first came
Jam.
out.
Yes,
Space
yes.
Jam.
When
I missed
Michaela
that movie.
first like came out with that, we were not expecting it, and Derek and I just like fell over. It was amazing.
I also went
So
really
good.
off key too.
No, brilliant. It was perfect. I applaud you and Fran. I think it is better to sing it because every time I say everybody dance now, I feel a little bit like this isn't right. You have to sing it.
You really do.
We've got our results in for this round 6 here on Zoom with the poll. We've got our Wiggly woodblock print from USA, Team USA taking it. Remember, this is just a small gauge of what's really happening behind the scenes, but that's okay because it can still be anyone's game. So I'm going to move us on over to round 7. This round is called Side Stroke, Side Eye. So this is a little nod to maybe one of your favorite Olympic competitions, which would be swimming, the side stroke. We're going to put on the screen here our 2 side stroke side eyes, so you can get a little feel for what we mean by this round. And our first team is going to be Team Canada. I have Derek Carl going first. I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock here for you, Derek Carl, whenever you're ready.
And I am ready. So here is David Buchan's work, Canadian Youth. This image here is of 3 young people who are seated on what appears to be the sandy shore at the base of a waterfall. There's a canopy of trees and tall, spiky vegetation behind the group. They are dressed to impress, such as myself, with their smart and snappy swimwear, although I wouldn't swim in this. Now, I'm not sure if our swimmers are fresh out of the water or if they're having a team check-in before their competition. But by the looks of our swimmers' physique, oh my God, they came to win gold. Now, I don't think that a bottle of bubbly that's between our friends there is actually recommended before competing, so I'm going to assume that perhaps they're celebrating their victory. But it would seem like something, or perhaps somebody, has already caught the attention of our friend with that candy cane striped one piece. They're giving some serious side eye beyond the frame. Regardless, I know that if I were to happen upon this hot-looking throuple at this base of a waterfall, I'd be giving serious side eye myself. I want to catch their attention.
Next up, thank you so much, Derek Carl. Next up, we are going to hear from Daryl from Team USA. Daryl, are you ready?
I hope so. Here we go.
All you.
So a side eye. A side eye is a sidelong glance expressing disapproval or contempt. Out of all the sporting events in the Olympics, I believe there is one thing that is missing, the infamous side eye. We've seen many celebrities and everyday people who have given some of the best side eyes, like Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm speaking. Not to mention Mariah Carey in reference to all the other vocal divas. I don't know her. And the most infamous, Texas hotel worker, as he refused to service a woman who made racist comments towards him, who also went viral. It's above me now. I believe that all of these are prime examples as why the side eye should definitely be nominated as the next added Olympic trial to the Olympics. With that being said, this work is actually a portrait of Mary Gallagher, one of the 3 portraits that artist Robert Henry made during one of his extended summer visits. Henry was very particular and adept at painting children. As he wrote, I'd rather see a wonderful little child than a Grand Canyon. And there is beauty and joy in hanging out with kids because, you know, kids, they're a fresh breath of air with lots of life. So, you know, it's always good to be reminded that, you know, you don't have forever, and they remind you you don't have forever because time flies.
Thank you so much. That's time. We've got both of our teams in for side stroke, side eye. Which is it going to be? Is it going to be Canada's suspicious swimmers or USA's Moody Mary? You know, I had to go with the alliteration, Derek Carl, so I'm not saying your swimmers are suspicious, but it was an S word and it worked. So I went with it.
I don't know. There's some tension there. It's got me like the good kind of suspicious, right? Where I'm like, what's the story?
It's sus.
You
It's a
mean?
little
You want to know
sus.
the backstory, though. You really do, because it's like, all right, college kids, what's going
Yeah.
on? Drinking.
Bees
Yeah.
are proud.
There's
There's
some
like a-
different, there's different vibes. Like there's like, on the right is like sass side eye, on the left is like flirtatious side eye. I
like
wonder
a-
what are the people feeling on this Thursday night?
Like an episode
There's
of
multiple
Gossip Girl.
types of side eye here going on.
There is. It feels like an episode of Gossip Girl right before they get snapped and then posted on the
Ooh.
timeline.
Oh, well, the crowd has spoken.
We'll
For
see.
round 7, we have Canada's suspicious swimmers coming in on top in Zoom. It might have been those swimsuits. I'm not going to lie. We're going to move on over to round 8. We are barreling towards the end of our game. We have 3 more wonderful rounds to go through. This round is entitled Fly Your Flag. The Olympics flags, very important. We're going to put up on the screen here are 2 works for the round Fly Your Flag. And first up, we're going to hear from Team USA. We've got Fran representing Team USA. I'm putting 60 seconds on the timer for you, Fran, whenever you're ready.
Sure. Fly Your Flag. This is Black Goddess number 2 by Janet Olivia Henry. Daryl, if you don't mind, for this next work, it's going to take a more serious note. This has been a pivotal time for women, especially women of color, and particularly during the Olympics, as many of us have witnessed. As we have seen women affirm themselves to take back their power, this work is an extension of that. Janet Olivia Henry thinks of the people in her life as characters and uses her art to tell their stories through texts, images, and found objects. Black Goddess number 2 is a collective narrative of a certain female type she has known. Smart, independent, attractive, and assertive.
Thank you so much, Fran. I'm going to move it on over to Team Canada. I'm going to reset my clock here, and we're going to hear from Michaela this round. So Michaela, whenever you're ready.
You're muted.
Sorry. All right, I got it.
That's okay. I hadn't hit the timer yet, so that was fortuitous. So you begin when you're ready, and I'll go ahead and start it.
Okay, thanks, Megan. Our friendship with the United States has long been a part of our Canadian identity, since we are each other's biggest trade partners, continual allies through wars and crises, and culturally very similar to one another. Most of us who live in one of these 2 countries have family in the other as well. In a way, the United States and Canada are each other's family in the context of the world. Here in Windsor, Ontario, right next to Detroit, we feel especially close to the US, and not just in terms of distance. Every year, Windsor and Detroit chip in together to put on a huge fireworks show, and we fly our flags together along the Detroit River in celebration of our countries and our friendship. Though Canada and the United States may not always see eye to eye, to fly our own flag is to also fly the flag of our best friend. The positions of the flags within Charles Patchter's side-by-side 9/11 are a great symbol of our relationship. We have each other's backs. Thank you.
Michaela, you're gonna get me teary-eyed over here. For that, okay, that was a tough one. I'm saying Switzerland. I can't take a side here, but I need everyone to vote. What is your choice for Fly Your Flag? Will it be USA's Black Goddess number 2, moving? Very, very moving. Canada's side by side, very touching. This is, I'm sorry, y'all have to vote for this. This is a hard one.
They're both pretty dynamic. Yeah, they're
Moderators feeling the feelings.
Every time I heard that description, I'm like, oh, it's so wholesome. But
The
seeing
best
the
friends?
brave piece is so beautiful.
It's
It's a
gorgeous.
hard choice.
It is. It is.
All right, we're letting the votes pour in. The comments are popping. People, I think it's tough for our viewers as well. We do have a lot of Canadas in the comments here. I think it's when you said best friends, when you said besties, I was like, oh, I'm done. We love our Canadian friends.
Oh.
I'm going to share results here. All the polls are in here on Zoom. We still have some of our friends voting on social media. They're dropping in the comments who they think the winner should be for this round. This round, Fly Your Flag here on Zoom goes to Canada's side by side.
Thank you. We would like to dedicate that victory to our friends, America.
Now I'm in tears.
Such a Canadian thing to say.
I did get emotional while writing the script for that one. I cannot lie.
Oh, You guys. Okay, we gotta move into round 9 before we all use all of the tissues in the Kleenex box. So this round is called Put a Ring on It. Round 9, put a ring on. We all know the Olympics and the Olympic rings are very important. So we're gonna have a nod to that. We're gonna hit that a little bit with round 9. And our first team to compete in this round will be Team Canada, and we're gonna hear from Abby Lee. So Abby Lee, I'm gonna go ahead and reset my clock here. I'm gonna turn it over to you whenever you're ready.
All right, thanks, Megan. So it's the great Beyonce who once said, "If you liked it, then you should put a ring on it." And put a ring on it is what we did. After many years in our vault, this ringed piece, also called vault, coincidentally, was placed in our beautiful Rodzik Gallery overlooking the Detroit River. Look underneath the piece to notice several kaleidoscopic rings mirroring next to each other like a dream. And when the sun hits the piece, as it often does in this windowed gallery, it casts shadowed rings on the floor and rings of light in the air. This piece by American-born Canadian artist Tim Whiten has certainly become the crown jewel of our Rodzik Gallery space, as are the 5 rings to the Olympics. What do you think? Does this piece run rings around the competition?
Incredible. Thank you so much, Abby Lee. I'm going to move over to our next team to compete, which is Team USA, and we have a tag team going on. So I'm turning it over to both Fran and Daryl for this round. I have reset my timer. I'm going to let you have it.
Oh my God, Fran, that was so, I mean, she gave us more vocals. So I'm not even going to attempt, but I do think we need a dance break here as well. Are you ready? You ready, Fran?
Yep. Do we have music?
All right, that's all we got. Let's get into the artwork itself. So before Beyonce and Jay-Z were inspired to put a ring on it, the 3 rings on the label represented on the front of this Ballentown L signify the 3 founding principles of great beer and ale, which are purity, body, and flavor. This also represents or signifies their commitment in Trinity and unity by showing the 3 rings interloped or connecting. The Ballentown House has been part of the Newark Museum of Art since 1937. The house was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1985. Built in 1885 for Jeanette and John Ballentown, owners of the celebrated Newark beer brewing family, Ballentown L, this brick and limestone mansion originally had 27 rooms, including 8 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and is attached to the Newark Museum of Art as one of our many viewable gallery spaces. This beer can be purchased. Damn it. All right. Well, you can buy it at ShopRite, just FYI. We did not get paid to say that. So just throwing it out.
All right, we're plugging ShopRite now. Okay. We'll see those royalties pouring in here in a minute.
Aisle 10.
We need all the endorsements we can get. Non-for-profits. No.
Don't forget us a check.
Thank you so much, Team USA. So we have heard from both teams. We're going to put back up on the screen for you a little reminder of what you just saw in round 9. Put a ring on it. So which will you choose? Will it be Canada's multifaceted vault or USA's bottled beer? You know Canada's going to bring some bling, and USA is showing up to the party like, I brought beer.
Although apparently, according to a country song, which I'm forgetting the name of the artist, but it's called We Have Stronger Beers by a Canadian artist. I think it's Tim Hicks. I could be wrong. A Canadian needs to back me up on that. Yep. Okay.
Amy is in the chat. She's hot in the chat with the name there, Tim Hicks.
I want to try that beer. It's probably good.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it is a really good stout. So, you know, if you're into stout, you should.
Winter beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sweater weather, a little winter beer.
You know.
I hate to break the news here, but round 9 put a ring on it. The bling ring won. So Canada's multifaceted vault took the gold for this round, which moves us in to round 10, our last round for this game. So round 10, we're calling too close for comfort. There's those moments in the Olympics where it's a close call, things are getting pretty heated. It's a little too close for comfort. So for this round, we're going to put up on the screen the 2 works you're going to hear about for round 10, too close for comfort. Team USA is going to lead us in this round. Fran and Daryl, I have another tag team here with you two. So we'll put your work up on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and reset my clock whenever you're ready.
All right, let's jump right into this work. So this work has many pop culture references, probably one of the most popular icons that has lasted throughout the times. Clearly, this is before the cancel culture became a thing because obviously King Kong is violating consent best practices. And note, King Kong is not socially distancing or adhering to CDC guidelines, so I would consider this a double violation.
Looks like a trophy, don't you think?
Yeah,
Too close for comfort, please, not again. That's before your time, Dee. Before my time, too. But thank you, Mr. Sinatra.
All right, Team USA. Team USA, bringing those vocals. We're going to turn it over to Team Canada. This is our last round. Canada is going to bring it. Too close for comfort. We're going to hear from Derek Carl. Derek Carl, I'm putting 60 seconds on the clock for you.
I'm there. It's too close. But here we are. So here's the work by Pitlasholakashuna, Caribou at Play. And in this image, there's 3 animals that are rendered. On the left side, there's a red spotted caribou that's traveling towards the left side of the frame. And on the right side, there's a smaller 4-legged creature, perhaps a wolf or a coyote, in pursuit, close on the heels of the caribou. And there's that bird that's flying in the center overhead. Although the artist has titled this work Caribou at Play, it does seem like a dangerous game of predator and prey, more than a game of tag. Now, if I were the caribou here, I'd certainly feel like that creature coming up behind me with its jaws wide open is far too close for comfort. Hello. And then there's that bird flying overhead with a beak and talons. Now, although the circle of life is as natural as the ebb and flow of the tide, this reality can be kind of gruesome sometimes, right? And for some of us, I know the sight of it alone is too close for comfort.
Thank you so much, Derek Carl. Thank you, Team Canada. Thank you, Team USA. This is our last round. We're going to put up on the screen here both works that you've presented for us tonight for round 10, Too Close for Comfort. But we need you all at home to tell us who you think the winner should be of this round. Will it be USA's Peeved Primate or Canada's Comical Caribou? I have to say, Derek Carl, that little guy to the right, I'm not sure what's going on there.
It's very
I was question marking as well. I'm like, I'm not sure what direction this could go, but this could get really messy.
I think you do.
Right? Is it a little sniff, little hello? Is it a little something more than a hello? Is it I'm going to eat you for dinner? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, when we got cleared to use this piece, like no one was happier on that day than Derek. It was an exciting day.
Like, is it too close for comfort? I don't know. We haven't asked the caribou.
I think both of our works are in clear violation of consent because like both of them are just like we're just going to beast in this scenario and take what we want.
Agreed. We've got the results here too. It was too close for comfort on this one. It was very close. We have 59% going to USA's Peeved Primate and 41% going to Canada's Comical Caribou. So that is our last round. But wait, I think we have a bonus round. Do you guys want to do a bonus round?
Why not? Maybe it'll help balance things out. I don't know.
I got nowhere to be. You know, we're in the middle of a pandy, so I don't have anywhere to go. Bonus round, we're going to do award winning. So for this last round, we're going to talk about award winning. The Olympics are all about awards. They love their awards. They're giving them out. They're doling them out. So here on the screen, we have our 2 works that we're going to be presented by our teams, Team USA, Team Canada. First up, we are going to have Canada present. Abby Lee, I have put 60 seconds on the clock for you, and here is your work on screen as well.
All right, thank you. So, dozens of stuffed animals sit in preserved jars within a trophy case in Canadian conceptual artist Ian Backstrand's Animal Preserve No. 4. As with much of Backstrand's work, this piece gives a new twist on what it might mean to showcase awards. His Animal Preserve series constituted over 500 jars of stuffed animals preserved in pickling liquid, and with this series, Backstrand draws attention to the sometimes complicated nature of awards, how humans can place nature and its beings as trophies for our own gain. But on a lighter note, Backstrand himself has won some of the most prestigious awards in all of Canada. He's an officer of the Order of Canada, a member of the Order of Ontario and British Columbia, and he won the Governor General's Award in Visual and Media Arts, among other notable accomplishments. So what do you think? Will the Art Gallery of Windsor take home the award for this category and perhaps the Art Olympics as a whole?
We can't wait to find out what the results are. Thank you, Abby Lee. I'm going to turn it over to Team USA. I have a tag team here as well, I believe, Daryl and Fran. I'm going to turn it over to both of you. You have 60 seconds on the clock.
Sure. So award-winning, when we thought award-winning, we thought of Bisa Butler, the warmth of other suns. Fran, you know what? With this one, let's take a more serious moment to pause and reflect on the complexity of this image.
The production of this quilt, this is not a painting, is intricate and vibrant with 3 layers of fabric and batting, executed with a special long arm quilting machine that binds together the layers of fabric with seamless precision.
Now that we've reflected on Bisa Butler's use of fabric sourced from Ghana, Nigeria, and South Africa to create portraits that bring the history of the Black diaspora to life. As you know, Fran, Bisa Butler was presented by the NMOA with the Artistic Impact Award for 2021. When Butler was asked what was the most indispensable items in her studio, she replied, her razor sharp micro tip scissors, my fabrics, my long arm sewing machine, which I've nicknamed the Beast. For the warmth of other suns, Butler sourced this photograph as an unidentified traveling north, as a family unidentified. Oh, is that the buzzer going off? Sorry. I guess I ran out of time.
That's okay, Daryl. I had to, it's hard. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't want to be too rude.
No, get it. I was just so excited because, this is such an award-winning piece, as in we should win the award, the gold, you all. I just wanted to keep pressing on.
Using extra time, test.
Abby, do you have any kind of rebuttal there? I'm going to allow for a rebuttal since Daryl did slip that in at the last second.
I mean, I think that the piece speaks for itself, so I'm going to leave it to the audience to decide here.
Great.
So let's show them both works up on the screen. We have Canada's cabinet or USA's quilt. 2 works here. This is our very last round. I promise there's no bonus round. I'm not going to trick you all one more time. This is the final round. And while you're voting for this, or if you've already cast your vote, we are going to move in a moment into our Q&A session. So we have a few moments to ask some questions of our contestants and kind of learn a little bit more about some of the works we saw tonight. So if you have a question, please throw it in the chat, put it in the comments below. They love to answer questions. It could be anything from about a work of art, or it could be about their personal life, anything in between.
While we're waiting for those questions, I did want to just underscore that this is a photograph. I know it's more details about the work itself, but I do think it's important to highlight the sourced material that Bisa used from this work, which essentially this is a unidentified family traveling north as part of the Great Migration. And I believe this photograph is actually a famous photograph, if memory serves me correct. And I just wanted to underscore that because I think that that's important,
I stopped the poll there, Daryl. So those were fun nuggets of information. I just wanted to make sure that no one was changing their vote as you were saying that. So I've got the results in here. I'm sharing on the screen in Zoom. For bonus round here on Zoom, we have USA's quilt taking it. Remember, again, we have some tallying to do. We have some votes coming in on our social media channels. So I'm going to allow my judges a moment to do that behind the scenes. We're going to take just a few minutes to do some Q&A. So we will put away our PowerPoint for just a moment, and we will just have a little talk between this 6 of us here. So if there's any questions, please throw them into the chat below, throw them into the Q&A. Any questions about Art Gallery of Windsor, any questions about the works you've seen tonight, or like I said, anything you want to know, we're open books.
I'm ready for bookings.
Fran is looking for a nightclub to sign her on. So if you know of any contacts,
I think Abby and Fran could actually start a singing group, and we have gold too. We have USA, Canada gold to have.
Right, Abby.
Let's do
Find a
it.
prize
I
together.
mean, I love Pat Benatar, so we could do a duet of some kind.
I'm ready.
Maybe we
Maybe
call it the
Michaela can write the
besties.
lyrics and
The
lay down the
besties.
instrumental for you all, like, because it seems like a musical bunch here. Me and Derek will just be in the audience rooting you all on.
Yes, I will say I was not planning to sing that last part, but then with Michaela and Fran and then Derek singing in the video for the promotion, I'm like, well, they're throwing down. I gotta try.
We have a question from Deanna Johnson. This is for both teams. I'm going to start with Team Canada. What's your most compelling piece? So I think this is intended to be about maybe your collection as a whole. Maybe not necessarily what you presented tonight, or it could just be your own personal opinion.
That's a tough one. I mean, I can imagine for Canada, when you have so many great pieces within your collection, it's really hard to narrow it down to one. I know, Fran, I don't know if you want to chime in, but I know the Newark Museum of Art, we have so many works. It really depends on what your cup of tea is, right? So if you're more about immersive experiences, then the Ballentown Mansion, our soon to be endangered exhibition, will be great experiences for you to join in. Also, our work that is Gil, I'm having trouble remembering his first name, Fran. Gil.
That is his first name.
That is his first. Well, but he has a totally immersive work that involves sound, art, and I really think that
Wolfgang Gill.
Thank you, Wolfgang Gill. Appreciate you. So it just depends on what you're into, but I'm gonna pass the baton to Canada.
Personally, I really like one of the new things that has come to our exhibit just this year as we've reopened. It's oh my goodness, I cannot remember the name. I remember the artist. It's Catherine Blackburn from Saskatchewan.
New Age Warriors.
Yes, New Age Warriors. Thank you, Abby Lee. And it's a series of traditional regalia made with perler beads. So I don't know if anyone remembers when you're kids and you would like iron those beads into shapes and they would melt under the iron. So she made regalia out of these perler beads and they're just like so amazingly colorful. And she photographs Indigenous women wearing them. And it's like Indigenous traditional wear meets Sailor Moon is what it looks like. And I am just like living for it. I cannot wait to go back and see it again.
Oh my God, I'm ready to take a trip and see it.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Daryl, it's so good. I was going to say, Michaela, like, it's a new piece and it's a fresh piece, but it's so brilliant. It's compelling, right? I was also going to name Bonnie Devine's work, Tecumseh Rope, which recently came down and is actually kind of in the space close to where Catherine Blackburn's work is. But Bonnie Devine's work, Tecumseh's Robe, captures so much history in it as an art object, and it documents hundreds of years of changing relationships between Indigenous and the colonial body of Britain, and then what is now Canada. And so it's a history lesson with compelling local narrative, and also is a brilliant artistic artwork that we have at the gallery. So I think it's absolutely compelling in the way that it helps you kind of really understand a bit of where you're at in that dynamic. But I agree, the regalia with the it's incredible work. Catherine Blackburn's work. Yeah, if you can see it, it's up, I think, for a few months. So come to Windsor. I believe the border's open for you. So
yeah, it's open for you and yours isn't open for us. So we'll have to delay our Newark trip a little bit longer, but
we're going to work on that, which actually gives me a segue into a question we got from Facebook. We have a viewer on Facebook who asks, and so I'm going to do a show of hands, but I'll tell you the question first. Have any of the AGW people been to NMOA and vice versa? So AGW, raise your hand if you've been to Newark Museum of Art.
Not yet.
No, so it's an interesting sort of thing because I think all of us, at least myself, found out about Newark because we were at the same conference, and Newark had this virtual escape room, so to say immersive experience, but also escape room. And I love escape rooms. I was like, this is a cool place. We gotta do something together. And so the border's never been open in the time that at least I've known of Newark. So
shared.
Once
Not
it
yet.
opens, we're off.
But
We're off to Newark.
we have to shout out Megan and Ray Arvello for that escape room because they were the masterminds behind that. So we're glad that you enjoyed that.
Cool.
I have 2 words: professional development. We can come to you, you can come to us.
Exactly.
If you call it a
Yes.
professional development, you can get away with anything.
Let's get our museum directors on board. I'm sure they're watching. So museum directors, we would love
Yes.
for that to happen in the 2022 budgets, maybe, let's see.
Plant
Hint,
those
hint.
seeds. Plant those seeds.
So so to answer the question from our friend Shira on Facebook, neither of us have visited each other, but by the power of the internet, we now know and love one another and want to go see each other's institutions. So next road trip, next ability to get out, next time it feels safe for you, put
Maybe.
AGW on your list, and vice versa. Canada, put Newark Museum of Art on your list. We're here, we're ready.
And maybe Drake can sponsor this trip. I mean, Drake, after all, has made millions here in the U.S. off of a very American hip hop, or I should say, off of an American hip hop love, which is, can't even get my words together, off an American genre hip hop music. And with that being said, he is Canadian, so why not just bring the 2 worlds together and sponsor our trip? So Drake, if you're
reach
watching,
out.
like the Newark Museum of Art, the Art Gallery of Windsor, we would love to make this happen.
Yes, this is like step 1 in making Drake a valued patron of the Art Gallery of Windsor.
That's amazing. Yeah, he could just finance all of our trips everywhere under the name of professional development.
Oh yeah, I'll show
So
some art.
And he's about furthering education. I mean, I saw all the scholarship money he gave away. So, help us educators and museum folks out, as we are both nonprofits. Wink, wink.
So before we announce the winner, wink, wink there for Drake, I want to ask one last question, and I'll start with Art Gallery of Windsor. Can you all just give us a little snippet into what you all are up to? What could visitors partake in? If you have anything coming up physical or virtual, I just wanted to open the platform for you. We have a few questions in the chat about what's coming down the pipeline. Give us just a little bit of snippet of AGW's happenings.
Why, yes, I'm so glad you asked. I can start, and then feel free to jump in, Derek and Michaela. So we just reopened to the public on August 12th, which is so exciting. So we're now open Thursdays to Sundays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we've got a lot of wonderful exhibits, as Michaela talked about. We have Catherine Blackburn's New Age Warriors up. We also have a really amazing exhibition from 3 artists who created murals on the new international bridge. It's going from Windsor to Detroit. So another sort of hat tip to the best friends there, and all Indigenous artists, and their murals are beautiful, and the work in the exhibition is incredible. And one of the artists is only in high school, so she's got a promising future ahead. And we also have a couple more exhibitions up, but I don't want to take too much away from Derek and Michaela if you want to jump in. So I'll leave those as like a surprise for now if you come.
Michaela, could I yield to you for anything you want to share before I share a few things quickly?
I feel like Abby Lee has pretty much covered anything that I would have mentioned. So you go right ahead, Derek.
So all I was going to touch on is, like, as we've said, there's some brilliant work already up. So if you can come anytime soon, it's worth your time, and you're going to see some really beautiful, brilliant work up on our walls. And then also, like, a self-promotion plug. So I have a 1-year contract developing an exhibition that'll be up next year. So the summer of 2022, from June till August, to celebrate Pride, from Pride Month until Pride Week here in Windsor, we're having an art exhibition of works from the collection that are by artists who are also lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, sort of a part of the community more broadly. And so we're really excited to get to launch that, and there'll be some educational stuff coming online. So if you're looking to learn more about the context here in Canada for queer and gay and lesbian history, or if you just are interested in coming next year for what will be, I'm hoping, an absolutely brilliant, door-busting exhibition, it'll be up, 2022 from June till August.
Sounds fantastic.
We hope it'll be a whole different world in 2022.
Post Pandy.
Post Pandy, baby.
That part.
Let me, before we are about to announce the winners, but before we do that, Daryl, Fran, anything from the NMOA that you would like to highlight coming up? Let the viewers know anything physical or virtual that you think they'd be interested in. I'll give you 2 minutes here.
Sure. Since Abby loved our escape room, our virtual escape room, we have a new escape room coming up that will be a virtual experience that you can experience from anywhere in the globe. So that is going to be our murder mystery, who killed, I believe I want to say Sarah Connor so bad, but I don't think it's Sarah.
Cynthia.
Terminator. I think
Cynthia Connor.
Terminator, but Cynthia Connor, which is a cool mystery about a curator who happens to get caught up in the sauce, and you all have to figure out which one of her colleagues may or may not have, did the crime. So it's a cool virtual game experience that I think you'll enjoy. Along with that, we have a few programs that'll be happening in person. So if you do make that trip at all during the fall, we have two huge block parties happening. One happening in September 18th to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. There's going to be lots of food vendors. We also have the crowning jewel, I'm going to say, of the installation of artist Philip K. Smith, which will be a new light installation that's going to be installed in the front of the museum. That's also going to be a block party happening right there in front of the museum in Washington Square, soon to be Harriet Tubman Square. And there are going to be lots of glow-in-the-dark events and things happening as that party goes from day to night. The Hispanic Heritage Party will be during the day. And then rounding out our events, we have our Winter Wonderland event, which will happen in the garden. That is going to be a holiday event where we plan to, for the adults on Friday, have spiked drinks, comedians, lots of wintry things and wintry moments. And then for families on that Saturday, we're going to have an ice skating rink, along with dance performances, live music. We even have a Jingle Bell hip hop group that's going to do some really cool things. So we do have some things that we are open. We do have some cool things happening on site. So I would encourage you all to come out, check it out, visit. And then there's a lot more. I didn't even mention our Halloween event, but all that information can be found on our website at www.newarkmuseumofart.org.
Thank you, Daryl. So much happening at both institutions, so much good stuff. But now is the moment we have all been waiting for. So if you'd like to unmute and do a little drum roll, we're going to find out once and for all who is taking home the gold medal for the Summer Art Olympics Tokyo edition.
Woo, we did it! We did it!
Oh, they beat us!
I didn't think we did it. We did it. We did it, Joe. We did it. We did it, Joe. We did it.
Got to get another Kamala Harris reference in there.
Oh my gosh.
I did not expect to win. Thank you, team. Thank you. No.
Is that your acceptance speech?
I don't want to make it on behalf of the museum. I've done enough talking. Friend, I'm going to just pass it over to you. I'm overwhelmed with tears right now as I'm like, we won one. And it was such a tight competition. I just knew Canada was going to take it. They're so good at everything.
I mean, Canada is better than us. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh,
congratulations, Newark. Amazing job. Congratulations to our friends from Canada. You didn't get the gold, but we've got a bronze for you. So we've got a bronze.
Yeah, we're the first losers.
Wait, why is it bronze instead of silver?
We're the first losers. Thank you so much.
We're happy just to be invited.
Thank you all so much. It has been such a treat to work with you all, to get to know you all, to see your collection, to get a peek inside what AGW has to offer. You have given us all such a gift to be able to see that and to be able to experience it virtually while we're all really on this kind of like no travel sort of lockdown mood that we're in. It has been such a treat to come to Canada to see your collection. And it really just gives us something to look forward to when we can come in person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go ahead, Jim.
We're looking forward to visiting you in person, but also for a rematch. I'm sure.
We're
down. Are ready to go. I feel like an episode of South Park. Both sides are ready to go, and I'm sure we'll rekindle this fire for the next Olympics.
Yes. So next year we have the Winter Olympics. I know we just had summer, but winter is next year because everything got moved. So
Megan,
you all get out the snowboards. dust off the ice skates. And I think Canada might beat us on that one. I think you all have winter on lockdown.
I'll
right?
start
The
training
winter,
now.
That's our strength.
I want to
Yes.
say thank you so much to both teams competing tonight in Art Olympics. It has been a real treat, like I said, to get to know your artwork a little better. I hope all of my viewers at home, on Zoom, on Facebook, on YouTube, that you all are putting both of these museums on your to-visit list when you're planning your next trip. You can visit both competing museums in person safely with the COVID measures they have in place. So check the comments. I just dropped a couple links there to their website so you can find out more about Art Gallery of Windsor and the Newark Museum of Art. We are very happy to host this program. I think this is our 7th time hosting the Art Olympics, and it is such a treat for us at the Newark Museum of Art to be able to do this with our colleagues and our friends. I hope you all enjoyed this engaging program and that you have some of our other events on your schedule to visit. Right now, as Daryl said, we've got our Art in the Garden series. Please come by the museum if you're able. We'd love to see you. You can enjoy live jazz. We have this Saturday, the Violin Diva, who will be performing. We also have a masquerade coming up and an outdoor film later on this summer. But of course, we couldn't do these programs without your generosity and support. So if you enjoy Art Olympics, please do consider making a donation to the museum or becoming a member so that you never miss out on any of these programs and events that we're doing. You're the first one to know. You get reciprocal museum benefits, like to here in our area, around the Newark area, we have our reciprocal pass for the Liberty Science Center. So if you've got little ones or kiddos, or if you're a grown up, because that place is just fun, you can get some reciprocal benefits there as well. And you can visit over 1,500 different museums in the US for free when you're a member at the Newark Museum of Art. So thank you, Abby Lee, Derek Carl, Michaela, Fran, Daryl. I want to say one more thank you so much. Everyone in the chat is saying thank you. What a blast. They enjoyed it. They loved learning about your collections. And I want to say until next time, adios.
Yeah, ta-ta for now. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for hosting. What a great Switzerland.
This was
It was so much
wonderful.
fun.
Thank you.
This was
Absolutely
amazing.
a pleasure.
Yeah.
Same here.
Love you all.
Bye.
Until next time,
Much
take
love.
care.